evening, everybody, and welcome. It is round two, game number two between the Sioux City Musketeers and the Lincoln Stars. Ronnie Vanine here with you all. Well, boy, last night, safe to say, it was a heartbreaker for Sioux City. I mean, well, Lincoln, obviously, was being Lincoln, at least at the start they were. And then that second period, Sioux City just seemed to really find their mojo. And, they scored two, both on the power play, incidentally enough. So, yeah, that was, well, good for them, obviously. And then Lincoln, just all of a sudden, they came back in the end. And, well, one probably shouldn't have gone in the net. But, lucky bounces sometimes, that's what it'll do to you. That's all I gotta say. So, yeah, it should be a fun night indeed. Yeah, if you don't have those lucky bounces, then you probably would have seen Sioux City take game number one. But of course, instead, that did not happen. So, yeah, and I'm sure that, obviously provided a little bit of a momentum boost for Lincoln. So, yeah, it's sad and it's upsetting and it sucks when those things, go against you. But, well, they got to get past all of it tonight because game number two, Lincoln, well, Sioux City, obviously, probably, well, I won't say it just in case I jinx it. But, yeah, expect a big performance from them tonight. That's all I am going to say. And then for Lincoln, obviously no real surprise there. They are the best team in the league for a reason. And, they definitely looked like that last night. So, yeah, right now they're doing the starting lineups for Lincoln in Lincoln right now. So, yeah, it was kind of strange and funny last night because the game started about 2 minutes early than planned because, puck drop supposed to be at 6:05 and it started at about 6:03 or 7:05, sorry, 7:05, and it started at like 7:03. So, yeah, it looks like that won't be the case tonight. So, looks like we'll be right on time tonight. But, yeah, Muskies, they took a fan bus down there. So, yeah, and it was just for tonight's game. So, yeah, they always do that. Well, they used to do it, and then it kind of, well, they didn't do it for quite a while after that. I'll just say it like that. And then all of a sudden, I'm trying to think, was it 4 years ago, I think they brought it back? Yeah, it was 2021, I think. That was when they had brought the fan bus back, and, yeah, so we did it that year during the postseason, and we did it in 2022. I don't think we did it in 2023, but we definitely did last year. Yeah, so here we go. I mean, granted, in 2023, we only played 2 games during the weekday, so even if we did have a fan bus for that, I'm sure that probably wouldn't have sold well, I'll just say that. In fact, they completely sold out the fan bus for today's game, so there's probably 60-ish people in Lincoln right now, for sure, cheering for the Muskies. So, Coach Kersey said earlier on in the week that, that'll, hearing chants of "Let's go Muskies" in another arena, that'll definitely, maybe get the guys going. We'll see. Got the national anthem going on right now. Sound like a guitar. Okay. Now, the audio's a little better tonight than it was last night. So, well, for the away feed, I know Flow Hockey, they have trashy quality sometimes, but I think it'll be better tonight. Okay, here we go. We should be coming back on. Looks like they're doing a ceremonial puck drop there, too. Well, lights are a little dark for that, but... And they don't have the fresh carpet out there either, which is kind of strange, but... I don't know.
Lincoln in their gray
Yeah, Lincoln, they wore their white jerseys last night, and I guess this is their third jersey with the gray. I don't really understand the gray, but it's a look, I guess. I don't know. If anyone should know about looks, it should be me. I'll just be honest with you. You've seen the stuff I wear to games, you know. It's obviously stylish, so. Yeah, well, it'll be the first line for the Muskies starting. So, yeah. They have different starters. Well, Lincoln does tonight, so.
Here we go. Face-off coming.
It'll be Schlane and Gunderson at the draw. Yeah, Schlane got a power play goal last night. That was kind of what tipped it in favor of Lincoln.
Lincoln will win the draw. Back to their blue liners.
Of course, Lincoln wins the draw. That's no shocker there.
Come out to center ice. This is going to be Schlane looking to nix it forward. Sioux City got in the way. Here they come down the other way, looking for a chance. That was View. Now played back the other way. Two teams play hard hockey.
Well, Sioux City, when everything's going their way, they play hard. But
it's going to be Pritchard. Launches it down, goes all the way down, left wing corner. Musketeers
when Sioux City wants to, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
They do a good job of clearing it out. Here comes Lincoln, trying to knife their way in. They do a lot of crisscross. This is offside. And Sioux City will have the puck fresh.
Here's I was going to say.
9 skates coming up. Looking to play it forward. Lincoln plays it back. Big things you want to do. You want to get the puck deep, no matter what.
Oh, you can kind of hear him chanting, "Let's go, Muskies," in there. I wonder if they brought the big drum they use into the ice box.
A check here is Bernice, gives it off Martino. Martino coming across, fires a shot, whipped over on the right wing side.
Boy, it looks like there's a lot of empty seats in the ice box again. Boy, for a team that's had probably 5 or 6 sellouts this year, I mean, holy smokes. I mean, granted, it is Easter weekend, but still. They can sell out in the pros or whatever, and then they can definitely do it here. Especially for a team that's, you know, good, maybe even better than some pro teams, I mean. Well, Muskies, they're definitely nobody open. Why would we pass that?
Over right wing side. Good start by your Musketeers. Back and forth we go. Cycle it now below the goal line. That's Klepov. Nikita now cycles it right back. Good possession.
Well, we definitely have Lincoln off their game, that's for sure. Oh!
Wrap around attempt off the stick. Lincoln comes. Trying to get it in the Musketeer zone. Cannot do so. Gavin Gary plays it forward. Now taken back by Lazard.
A pile of lard, that's what I like to call him.
Well, we'll see.
Especially after that March 7th game, I'll tell you that much. Because this is last night and tonight is the last time, well, the first 2 games we've had since, you know, that infamous night at the Tyson Event Center just a month and a half ago.
It's going to be Sikora out there with Gary, Luke Gary and Musket. Face-off coming, 17-17, so 2 minutes, 43 seconds in the period number 1, no score. He'll take the face-off right at
yeah, I don't think there would be a score right now, but hey. Oh, my guy, Lefty Markinitis. Sounds like some disease you'll get, but. Wonder how he got the name Lefty. That's what I want to know.
It's a hand pass.
Let's see, is he actual lefty? Well, he is, so. Well, at least his stick is. Just because somebody's stick or, well, when it comes to baseball bat, you know, just because it's a certain way doesn't mean that's like they're dominant, so. Boy, the zebras are talking. That's usually not a good thing.
It was a hand pass, and now I'm not sure what they're getting at. I think they want to know and figure out where they want to drop the puck. I guess that long to take that they'll just drop it at center ice again.
Yeah, so like
Musket digs deep.
There really was no point in talking about it. That's basically what Curtis is trying to say here.
Musketeers will track it. and they'll slap it the other way, not far enough. But Sioux City trying to pile on and track the puck right back. Here comes Sioux City. Nice. Rips it in deep. All the way around the boards. Sioux City behind the net, trying to work that possession to the blue line. Keep it in. They swat it in down low. And a whistle. Nope, they say it did not. It came out and back in, so it's offside on the Musketeers.
Oh, Lord, of course it is.
16:50 to play. Period number 1. No score on the RP Construction.
Uh-oh, the video went out.
Lincoln.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Comes back
Oh, there it
line.
is. Guy can't handle the camera, though. Okay, there we go.
They've been matching up Schlane's line with this all last night. I expect them to do the same. Sioux City
I don't. I expect him to take a fall tonight.
He'll dish it forward. But see Pelletier on this line again. That was the question, whether Edgin was dinged up or what have you. Have not seen him on the
I hope he is.
So
because that's one less player we have to worry about.
In their own zone. Gundy gives it off. Here's Murray, hands it off, takes it away, shot, save!
Oh, that could have been really bad. That could have been really bad.
Nice play, though, by Pelletier. Here is Lincoln looking for a deflection in front. Sioux City battles it out.
Oh, they ain't going to get it, I know that.
Now puck out of play. Those little things,
Boy, some of the Lincoln fans are...
Face-off coming.
Well, some are happy and some are not. I'll just say that.
Face-off coming just to the left of Samuel Urban. He's off to sunny Arizona next year.
So sad.
Been a terrific Musketeer goaltender. I was talking with some Lincoln fans, and they said, "Is that guy gonna be going off to college anytime soon?"
Even the Lincoln fans are sick of us at this point.
I was kidding, because they're kind of happy that.
I wish he could stay, just, you know, make him more upset, but no, we can't keep him that long.
Cars line out there, their top unit trying to make a play to the left circle, fire a shot.
I guess we give Lincoln that much, what's the word I want to say? I think we make Lincoln look nervous. I guess that's, no, that's not the right terminology for that either.
Our 27 goals, 34 assists on the regular season. 3 to play. Face-off is going to be pulled all the way
Lincoln
down the
can't
ice.
handle a
Hendricks
face-off.
will pick
Jeez
it up and
Louise.
hand it off to Harrington. Harrington looks to work it forward on the right wing side. Tapped into the Musketeer zone. Sioux City curling around, trying to clear. Could not. There's a shot off balance and off the mark. Here is Keith. Owen takes his time. Now he'll skate. Dishes it forward. I like that. He's looking for an opening. They're going to let him keep moving down the ice. Go to it. Puck comes out to center ice. Musketeers, there's Keefe again. This time he throws it forward. Deflects, does not go deep off of Marty's stick. And the Lincoln Stars looking for a long pass off the mark.
It's intercepted, though.
Looking to lob it in front, looking for a chance.
Ooh, that was good.
Slide in on Showstack. He'll cover up.
All right, Jeffress, though, with a nice shot there.
15-14 to play in period 1. No score on the RP Constructor scoreboard. Anderson, Stupka, and Gavin Gary this time around.
Okay. So last night there was 2,052 people. That was the total attendance. And how many times did I say? I didn't think it was going to be above 2,500, and I was right. I think we got less tonight.
He's a really good player. 22 goals, 22 assists, had a goal last night.
Oh, he's not that good. Trust me, compared to what we have, yeah, that's child's play.
There is Egan out there. He is on this line. Quick shot applied off the mark. So he is playing on this line right now.
It's just so annoying.
With Oliver and DeJulian. Sioux City trying to clear, could not do so. Puck is on net. It's kicked aside.
Ooh, yeah.
In the corner, Musketeers trying to battle it out. Here comes Sioux City. Play it off the board. Here's Anderson. He'll skate it forward, trying to get through traffic. They play it back. Lincoln looks to come right back. 14:27 to play, period number 1. There's no score on the RP Constructors scoreboard. Here's Nyes quickly trying to vacate. Here's Stupka.
Bruh, the camera work
1, 2,
is
3, 4,
terrible.
5, just barely. And it looked like there were going to be too many men for a second there.
Well,
Across
as long as it was Lincoln, but
traffic trying to make a play and kicking it aside. I don't know if it's on net, but kicking it aside is Urban. Play it to Musket. Musket comes up strong. Looking, feeds it over right side. They say offside.
oh yeah, right. That was not offside. I'm sorry, but
to play, period number 1. No
who asked
score
for
on
my
the RP
opinion? You
Constructors
know.
scoreboard, Sioux City and Lincoln.
All right, they're taking a break, so yeah. Well, good game so far. Sioux City, I think. You know, now that we've seen Lincoln, I guess you could say, we know kind of what their game plan is. Their coach, surprisingly, wasn't being an idiot this time like he was the last time. So, yeah, well, like I said, March 7th, that infamous night, that was quite well, infamous. We'll just say that. Safe to say, Muskies fans are not going to let that one get past Lincoln. I'll tell you that much. We're going to keep mentioning it from now for the next 50 years. I'll be telling it to my grandkids when I'm, you know, like I said, in about 50 years. So, about that infamous March 7th night.
Play in the first, Sioux City taking on the Lincoln Stars. So the battle continues. Last night, 3-2, Lincoln wins game
Let's
1
see.
of the best of
Oh, there's a few Musketeers jerseys there.
Back and forth game. Lincoln led 1-0. Sioux City
but I think the party bus that they sent down there, they're all sitting in one section together, so...
This is going to be Pelletier, Schlane, Anderson line up against Gundy, Pritchard, and View. And the face-off on the circle. Sioux City looking to play it. Lincoln will win the draw. Here they come, looking to bring it up on the left wing side. Here's Schlane. He'll whistle one in on net, off the blocker.
Whistle.
Banked out, and that looks offside. It is.
Of course. Of course, naturally.
Offsides on the Lincoln Stars. They tried to keep the blue line on that left side, but just popped over and back in.
But Lincoln's not good at it. That's basically what we're saying.
Admit
it. I mean, hey.
Last year he was fine. His 5 goals, 13 assists. You knew he had skill. It's just sometimes it takes maybe a little longer or what have you.
Who are we talking about? Gundy? I think that's who Curtis was talking about there.
Right now. But this year it just comes so far.
Boy, there was a major hit at center ice, but, you know, we couldn't catch that.
Lincoln coming across, drag it over, left wing side. They'll throw a shot way off the mark, goes over to the right wing side. Sioux City looking to track it down, and they'll throw it towards the net.
Went nowhere, as I call it.
In their step. And here they come. Anderson. Anderson's last night had a really nice game. Here's Sioux City.
Well, really in the, probably 6 or 7 games Max Anderson has been in for the Muskies. He's been pretty darn solid. I mean, he's more of a physical forward, the enforcer, as we like to say.
And kept in, apparently.
It's like if Musket and Anderson were brothers. Anderson would be the younger brother. Who's learning from the big brother.
Over to the side, nicely by Musketeer goaltender Samuel Urban. Sioux City's going to ice the puck. They 3 times they couldn't get the clear. Give credit to Lincoln, keeping hard on the blue line. And out hustling Sioux City to pucks.
If Lincoln actually scored on that, I would give Lincoln credit, but they didn't. So why should I?
Quit chasing. 12.5 to play in the first period. No score on the RP Constructors scoreboard. Lincoln wins the draw. There's a shot attempt off the mark. Goes all the way down. Lincoln from the blue line. Sioux City will go the other way. Here they come. It's going to be Martino.
He's got, he had a couple of defensemen on him, so.
Gets it deep. Sioux City will get fresh players. Stars come across, looking for an opportunity. Cut off nicely on the back check. Here's Sioux City the other way. Tap forward by, that's going to be Luke Gary after it. Looks like Merniques is there. Now over right, pinching is Keith, but it does clear the zone. Here's Sioux City. They'll lift it. Chip and chase. Got to find some room in the defensive zone of Lincoln.
Or not.
They do a very good
Well, no,
job
obviously
clearing
in this
pucks.
case you want
Their
to.
exits are great. Nice takeaway and then take back, and they'll take away again. Luke Gary banks it off a dead wall. Didn't go that far. Goes into Lincoln zone. Roll across ice speed. Played down by Oliver. Here's Urban. Hands it off. Bank it. Reverse it. Looking to chip it. Nice work by Lincoln again. They're hustling. Not getting a lot of scoring, but they're at least getting some chances.
Wow. The less scoring chances we can give Lincoln, the better. I
Here's
mean,
Weber in the zone. Reverses it away from traffic of the Musketeers. Bank it out to center ice. Trying to roll it through traffic. Susetti's looking to jump on it. They do. Gavin Gary dishes it forward. Trying to work it to Stupka. There's support. They will cycle it down low. Trying to work it out front. Nobody there. Couldn't get the connection, I should say. Here's Lincoln. They play it down. Here's Susetti. Right back. Nice pass coming through. Looking for an opportunity. There's a shot right on. Save. Rebound comes out. Susetti again. Try another one. Off the mark over left wing side. And a whistle coming up. What do we got?
Don't say penalty. Don't say penalty. Don't say penalty.
Maybe a hand pass,
Well,
possibly?
you can just for Lincoln, but looks like that didn't end up happening.
Period number 1. No score on the RP Constructor scoreboard. Susetti comes out. They'll switch lines now. I'm going to see Martino this time with Gunderson and Pritchard. They switch those every once in a while, just shake things up a little bit. Face-off coming just right of Showstack. Musketeers trying to get on the board first. And they'll try to face off, and Lincoln will win the draw. They bank it out to center ice. Susetti looking to track it right back, and they do. Here comes Nye, skating well, comes across, drop pass over left side, taken away.
Dang it.
Susetti's going to keep it, though. They'll play it in deep. Lincoln now.
Well, I think I can take a guess as to where the Muskies fans are at that were on the bus.
Here's Murray.
Just seeing the one guy's post on Facebook.
Jacobo up on the boards. Had a goal last night on the postseason. 2 goals, 1 assist. Continues to shine in that.
And that doesn't include the 32 goals he has in the regular season. Oh, there we go.
And outlet pass goes off a stick.
Number 1 in the league in scoring, so.
Is going to be the call on the Musketeers. The deflection happened before center ice. So face off in the Musketeer zone. 9:48 to play in period number 1. No score on the RP Constructor scoreboard. Sioux City and Lincoln. Gunderson will take the draw for the Musketeers. Other side, this time it's Picar's line. They've been matching up Schlane with them. Sioux City.
So, of course, you know, Rocky Russo, my dude,
This thing's going to slow down.
he likes to...
Oh, they are going to call icing, though.
Why?
Right?
Why?
Pointing like it got popped off of something. They're pointing.
Well, because it probably did, but, you know, you think the Zebras are going to call that? No.
That was the case. We'll see. Here we go. Face off once again, just to the left of Urban. 9:41 to play in the period.
And listen.
Stewart face off won by Lincoln, but they pull it out to center ice. They'll look to enter on the left side. They bank it down, rattles around. And Musket off the bench, trying to circle it around. They play it forward, bank it out to center, looking to play it back in is Lincoln, but Sioux City will capture it. There's View and Musket coming across. They dish it all the way down. Also Sikora is there. Over left wing side, Sioux City looking to get some cycle and get some possession. They are the top possession team in the USHL.
Yeah, right.
But they want more possession in this one. 9:10 to play in period 1. There's no score in this hockey game on the RP Constructor scoreboard. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Musketeer Hockey on Fox Sports Radio 620, Canada, Sioux City.
At Diesel Specialties,
Oh,
we've been
whoops.
working on diesel fuel injection.
Well, I will say this. By this time last night, Lincoln had a 1-0 lead. So, that's good. Oh, there's a couple of more green jerseys. Oh, there's green everywhere in Lincoln, that's for sure. think I've seen more green than blue, although the seats are blue in Lincoln. Although, like I was telling you last night, the funny story, last year when we played Lincoln in the second round, we were at Pease Pizza, obviously, for the 2 away games, and it had looked like that, just because the TV gave it the illusion that, oh, there's more Musketeer fans. It gave the illusion that the seats were actually purple instead of blue, which, I mean, luckily enough, I'm not colorblind, so, you know, that's, obviously I knew the seats were blue. It was just, you know, pretty much giving me, oh my lord, no way that that's real. They have a shirt that's got the coach's face on it. Oh my, that's, maybe buy one just to burn it, but you know, that's be a nice bonfire starter, I know that, but yeah, anyway, so yeah, the blue seats gave the illusion that they were purple, and that was kind of something I made fun of a lot last year in Lincoln, obviously. Well, especially since, you know, last year against Lincoln during the regular season, I think they won all of the game. Wait, no, we won all of our games at home, and Lincoln won all of their games at home. So it's just kind of interesting the way, you know, things work sometimes.
Fire a shot attempt off the mark over left side. In fact, it popped out of play. I don't remember. This was a number of years ago. We'd go down, speaking of small sheets of ice, we'd be down at Des Moines Buccaneer Arena, and they used to have shorter glass. And, oh my God, how many face-offs would happen. They since raised it. Well, and then since then,
hey, that's old USHL or NHL too, because if you take a look at like old Winnipeg Jets games from the 90s, the glass is pretty short. I mean, and we had the discussion last night about the shorter and longer ice surfaces.
They lob it in. Here they come, trying to collapse on the play. A shot, and it goes wide. It was close. Opportunity.
Well, it wasn't that close if it went wide.
That was one extra band for Lincoln, and there's a shot and a goal, and that's going to be Egan.
Wait a minute here. Are we saying that Lincoln had too many men and they didn't catch that and now they just scored? That's crazy.
Each night, time of the goal, 11:33.
Gosh, it took them long enough. Jeez Louise.
Kind of broke apart. They even coming in earlier on that breakout, it just seemed like there was too many guys for Sioux City coverage, and then they didn't cover another one. He gets a great shot. He gets the goal. Here we go. Back at it. Let's see if Sioux City can counter. Bernique's on the draw.
They probably will, because they did last night, so.
Face off.
Oh, look at goal. Score, man.
Bernique's with Jefferson Martino.
Oh, those lucky folks, I tell you.
Comes heavy and tries to put more pressure. They're going to turn him over. And a shot up off the glass. Can't afford those turnovers like that. Lincoln's going to keep the zone. They are hustling again.
Well, especially after this first goal. They probably got a little momentum now.
Working heavy, long ways. Coming down the ice. Sioux City looking to work up.
Hey, that's a Sioux City thing. That's not a Lincoln thing.
Off of glass. There's a shot and a save made.
We had that discussion last night, too.
Loose over left wing side. Sioux City wanted to counter. Puck out of play. Face off coming.
And that was a Sioux Falls thing before it became a Sioux City thing, so, hey.
Trailing 1-0 on the RP Constructors scoreboard.
And then the one guy who, Muskies fans and really fans all throughout the league who've had beef with, that one Fargo guy, haven't heard from him yet. He said after every Sioux City loss, he was going to say something real stupid, and, well, didn't do it last night.
That's why you always
He
go
must be
line
taking a
that you
break.
want
He
to
must have
match
went to
up
the
and
lake or something like that. Because
Pelletier,
that
Slane,
was
and
what
Anderson
Ron
against
Gilmore's
Gundy's
excuse was
line
last year
is
when that
you
happened.
really
Darius is the
want
guy we're talking
to
about
win
here.
draws. You want to win races. Lincoln coming in off a stick over right wing side, trying to work it is Slane. Slane a shot blocked. Sioux said he has it, and now Gunderson will lift it forward. He was trying to activate Pritchard. He could not do so. They play it back in the Musketeer zone. Here's Sioux City. They threw one on net. Odd angle. Sioux City will lob it. They want to head and get some fresh legs. 7 minutes to play in period one. Sioux City trailing 1-0 on the RP Constructor scoreboard. Long range pass coming up left swing side. Sioux City hacks it right back. Sikora. He had a really nice goal last night. He had the go-ahead goal in the second
But we
period.
need a couple more than just, you know, that.
And they come up left side, strip the puck. Nicely done by Keefe. Dishes it off. Here comes Sioux City. Shot and a save made. That was Musket.
Oh, that was a nice one, too.
It looked like it was too troubling, but it came right out. Here's Lincoln now. They'll just chuck it down the ice. Servan swats it over. Here's Keefe. Owen hands it forward. Now Musket delivers. And now played down by Luke Geary. Wrap it around offside Sioux City. Apparently they came across. They will touch up on the delay. Here comes the Stars back the other direction. They'll come across left side. Shot in traffic. Does not go. Rolls just wide. Pop got blocked.
Well, as long as it went wide instead of 2 inches to the left, then, you know.
Offside on the Stars. They will continue after it, and so the whistle will.
Of course, now they blow it after.
5:49 to play in period number one. Sioux City trails 1-0. Just like last night, it was Bruno Egan who scored for Lincoln. Hopefully that's the only thing in common of last night. Maybe the second period last night, just not the third.
What in the world is this guy doing? They're showing.
Samaki Hupka.
On the line, that's a bello. Oh, the crazy folks. Oh, Lincoln's trying to get a little.
His line mate got out of position, so it'll be Gavin Geary.
Oh, Bruno Egan's trying to start something with one of our guys, and boy, that's not going to be good. And it's Max Anderson too, and he will drop the gloves, so he'd be the wrong guy to mess with here.
Face off over to the boards. Lincoln will win the draw. They'll skewer it all the way around the board. Sioux City.
Yeah, I think twice about that.
Trying to work it forward. Here's Stupka trying to find Gavin Geary and did not get the clear. So it's little pigs. Here, the puck comes loose. Sioux City has it and played out to center, but taken right back by Lincoln. Lincoln wants their offense to start at center ice or your blue line.
Or don't start anywhere at all and let Sioux City do all the work.
Try to find offense from the length. Here's Lincoln. They'll spin.
We'd be up 10-0 if that was the case right now, let's be honest.
Here comes the Musketeers.
But this isn't Omaha, this is Lincoln, so.
Sioux City wants fresh legs out there.
Although there was a time where Lincoln was a terrible team, you know.
He will shadow Harrington, trying to crack it. And we got the net loose, goalie down. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He kind of got hooked around the net, going strong after the puck.
Yeah, and then Showstack, because the net got moved, he decided to flop and basically was on his knees and just was. He was slow to his feet, quotation marks. Trust me, he did not get hurt by that. Not by something like that.
Martino's really been kind of easy.
He was like, I don't want to get up, but I guess I will.
And now he goes up there every once in a while, but Martino with Merniques and Jeffress is a really nice line. And in the USHL, if you're going to be good, you have to have really two number one lines, and that's kind of how it works that way.
And we do.
Here's Merniques.
So we're good. We're golden.
Other side, Picard, Loomer, and Malte. Sioux City wins the draw. And Nyes will rip it all the way around the boards. Sioux City chases after it, trying to track it down in the right wing corner. Out front, a shot goes wide, picked up by Bernice.
We need a penalty or something, because that's what
He's
gave us
looking to
both of
cycle
our
it
goals
off.
last
Sioux
night.
City got to keep it in for the time being. They bank it in down low.
Although,
Lincoln will try again, trying to
oh
bring
yeah,
it out
both
to
of our
center.
goals
Sioux
were on the
City
power
protecting
play.
for a second.
And then
Finally,
Lincoln had
will
one on the power
throw
play
it down
too,
the
so.
ice, and this will be icing on.
No, it got waved
They
off,
wave it
Curtis.
off? I don't know how you wave that off.
Well, there were a couple of bodies there,
Over
so
right wing side.
I understand why they
Puck
waved it
out
off.
of play. I'm really not sure how they called that. Called no icing on it, but I guess I missed something. 4:08 to play. Period number 1. It's 1-0. It is
Yeah,
Lake
that's not
Stars
the
on
biggest
top. Bruno
deal in the
Shipman.
world to me.
The plus 27 on the ice from Croatia.
I think there's a lot more serious issues than, you know, an icing not going for us.
They will take the draw with View and Pritch. Schlane, Anderson, Peltier has been the line now. Sioux City has it. Here comes Pritchard.
I gotta get something going
Lost
here.
it for a second, now throws it all the way down. Showstack gives it off to his D, looking to clear it out to center ice, and they do. Big factor, Sioux City has to have some sustain. There's a shot attempt, just harassing.
Wasn't even close. I don't know why we're...
Not going to call that, I guess. Sioux City looking to play it out to center. This will go all the way down.
Icing.
And they wanted to see.
Surprised they didn't call that an icing, but
through the crease and then over to the side.
we'll take that.
Here is Sioux City. Keefe quickly rolls it forward. Musketeers come across. Gunderson leaves it, and coming up right wing side now. View now trying to slide it off left side. There's Nikita out there on this line now. 3:12 to play. Boy, that should have been interference. You call that? It's fine.
Are the Zebras going to call that, though? No, they're not. And like I said last night, in the postseason, they kind of let him play a little bit, which,
and you see this in
I
basketball, you see it in football. It's the moving pick, basically. And it would be called interference here because you switch sides.
oh, that
and you just
explains
cut the
it.
guy
They got
off, and then, wow, you're
my
wide
main
open
dude
for a
Macaulay
shot.
in. That
Face-off coming just
that
left of
says
Urbан.
so much right there. I mean,
3:08 to play in the period. Shot blocker forward by Urban. Sioux City will nudge it forward. Get it out to center ice.
Oh,
Here comes Stupka
maybe
coming
something.
across, looking to find room. Curls away, hands it off. There's Nikita. Nikita drags it back to Stupka. Fires one towards the net. Now behind the net, there's a shot attempt off left side. Sioux City trying to keep the zone. Hacking at it a little bit. Now puck thrown down the ice. And this is enough for icing. This time, I guess.
yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say.
Trailing. Just like
Hey,
last
we'll
night.
take that. We'll take that.
Here we go.
Okay, how come all the seats in the ice box are blue, but like the bottom 3 rows are black? Like,
Like that situation
Like, what's
every
go-
once in a while. Just two different types.
you know, some things never cease to amaze me. I'll tell you that much.
Face off one by Sioux City to the blue line. Walk it downhill. Trying to find room. In deep. Curl over left side. Lincoln will track it down. Outlet pass. Here they come on the run. And they see that crisscross again. And it's just slight. And, my. They're going to call a penalty, a hooking call.
Oh, God. Really?
I don't know if that referee had the position for it. Pritchard is arguing the
Oh,
point.
if it was
I
that
don't think
Macaulay
there's a hook
dude,
there.
then no,
The
he
guy lost
didn't,
his
but...
footing. Then again, I don't have replay, but again, where the referee was...
Well, and they're not
behind
even
the
showing
plate,
it either, so
you cannot
obviously it's
see
a
where that
cover-up.
stick
I
was
mean...
or wasn't. But nonetheless, it is a power play. And a
There's
huge
all the
opportunity for Lincoln to
Muskie
take
fans.
A 2-0 lead. Time of the penalty, 17:37.
Oh, yeah, that was cheap. I know that.
Well, Sioux City again, I say it every time, the penalty kill is excellent.
The best in the league
Number one
for
in
a
the
reason.
league, most shorthanded goals just about every time they seem to get a shorthanded opportunity for scoring. Here's Bernice, face off coming right.
Well, and you got Merniques. That's one of the guys that'll do it. Jeffress is there too. A couple of defensemen. You know, that'll all help. Oh, here it goes. Here they go.
Side. And it's coming across with Keith. Keith looks in, fires a shot.
Ooh.
Save made, and a face-off coming in the Lincoln zone. Like I said, every time.
Yeah, Muskies, they can be dangerous shorthanded.
And that one set up nicely by Owen Keith.
You know, you never want them to break out shorthanded. I'll just say that.
One shorthanded goal on the postseason. That was Drake Murray.
Etienne Lassard, the pile of lard. I mean, he got caught between two guys all alone. It's never a good position to be in on the shorthanded penalty kill.
Oliver will take the draw on the other side. Face off, scrambled upon. Now picked up by Lincoln. Here comes their breakout. They got a double late drop if they want it. They do. They drop it off, and here they come. Trying to enter on the left side. Puck hacked into the corner. Tracked down. That's going to be Molte over left side. Sioux City trying to skewer it out to center ice. Could not do so. Kept it on the blue line. Musketeers pressure. Bernique's terrific effort up on the boards. Trying to free it up. And Sioux City will launch it the length of the ice. I think 200 feet, but I don't think that's 200 feet.
No, it's like 180. They got a smaller sheet of ice. It's not 200. Trust me. I'm not even sure if it's the 85 across either, to be quite honest. It's that small.
Track it. Murray will rim it all the way down. Nice job on another clear. 50 seconds to work with on the man advantage. Sioux City trails 1-0 on the RP Construction scoreboard. Here comes the Stars trying to enter the zone. They'll back off now. Slane spun around with Luke Gary on him. Now they're trying to enter the zone. They finally do. And Sioux City.
Thank you.
I thought they had it pop the other way. Nice job. Slane covered up, works it, jumps the stick of Anderson.
Oh my!
Anderson has to retrieve it in the neutral. And here comes Slane again. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. They bank it down. Here is Urbano.
Oh God, it makes me so nervous when he plays that like that.
For the puck. Here goes Bernique. So
has
to come away with it.
I
launch it down. Nice pass.
I thought Bernique's got to it, and he would have had an empty net too.
Deep shot on the backside. Nice.
How did they not get that? How did Lincoln not score on that? They had a wide open net.
Coming to the right.
Holy smokes.
Sioux City kills off the power play. I think they gave up one scoring chance, and that was just the one right now where they threw it in and tried to do a backdoor play to Julian. It was snuffed out, though, nicely. Face off 5-on-5. 22 seconds to work with. Got to finish strong here. Here's Bernique's. Jeffress Martino. Kohansky on the other side. Markinitis, Sioux City wins the draw.
Markinitis, my guy.
Samaki delivers it. Now here's Bernique's coming across center ice. Sioux City comes across. They dish it in deep. Looking for... Nope, they're going to say offside.
I don't know why,
12
but...
seconds to play in period number 1. Sioux City trailing 1-0 on the RP Constructors scoreboard. Here's Bernique's. Once again, guys getting out of position right now. And Lincoln trying to work. South Sioux City back. Fourth, 7 seconds left. Here's Lincoln coming across. And they throw it on net. From a long way, Sioux City will chop it, and we are finished.
Okay.
20 minutes in the book. Sioux City trailing 1.
Boy, that was a long 20 minutes too. Well, not really, but anyway, it is the intermission. Yeah, but hey, we are in this. Oops, there goes my pen. I gotta quit throwing things around sometimes. Yep, it jumped ship. Anyway, as I was saying, we are in the same position pretty much as we are last night. 1-0, Lincoln was in the lead at the end of one. And of course, it was Bruno Egan that scored from Dashiell Oliver. I don't think he got the assist on it last night. But, well, you know what? Let's look it up. No, it was Hunter Anderson. But still. Still, though, Lincoln has a 1-0 lead. Muskie's hoping that, they can get another big second period like they did last night. Because that will certainly give them, well, some momentum, I guess. I mean, I know we like to throw that word out there a lot, but hey, sometimes a little momentum can go a long way. So, yeah, let's see. I'm just making some notes here. Okay, so, let's see. Youngstown, well, we're now looking at all the other stuff going on around the league right now. Muskegon has the lead over Youngstown 5-0 with 6.5 to go in the second period. I mean, that just Youngstown, they ended up being the number one team out of the East when, all the tiebreakers and all that got figured out. So, yeah, the fact now that they're down 5-0, that's just nuts. But that's, it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, as they say. Yeah, that, like I said, that series just getting started tonight, and then Sioux Falls has the lead over Waterloo 1-0 right now, with about 3:45 left to go in the first period. Boy, Sioux Falls 16 shots on goal compared to Waterloo's just 3. That is crazy. But yeah, Waterloo, they took a tough game last night, away from Sioux Falls, 1-0, or well, it was 4-2 at the end of it. But right now, Sioux Falls has the lead 1-0. Yeah, of course, our game, and then Madison will be at Dubuque. They will be getting started here, within the next 20-ish minutes or so. So, yeah, that is all the happenings going on around the league. Let's see here. Well, the Stanley Cup playoffs just getting underway. St. Louis has the lead 3-2 over Winnipeg, and then Colorado will be at Dallas later tonight. Let's see. We had NBA postseason that officially got underway today. Right now, the Pistons lead the Knicks 64-62 with 9:26 left to go in the third quarter, and then Memphis is at the Lakers tonight. That'll be in about 45, well, close to an hour actually from now. So, yeah. Then earlier today, the Pacers getting the easy victory over the Bucks, 117-98. Excuse me, and then a thrilling game between Denver and the Clippers, 112-110. That was the final in overtime. Now we go to the MLB, and right now the A's are at the Brewers, tied up at 0 in the bottom of the third. Top of the third right now, the Padres lead the Astros 1-0. Bottom of the second, the Twins are tied up at the Braves 1-1. Later tonight, the Giants will be at the Angels. Let's see, Philly getting a big win, denying a comeback from the Marlins 11-10. The Tigers beat the Royals 3-1. The Cubs beat the Diamondbacks 6-2 after yesterday's crazy game. And then the Mariners beat the Blue Jays 8-4 and 12. The Orioles beat the Reds 9. These are today's. There's a lot of finals, so I thought I was maybe on the wrong date. But the Orioles beat the Reds, 9-5. The Guardians beat the Pirates 3-0. The Mets beat the Cardinals 3-0. The Rangers beat the Dodgers 4-3. The Nationals beat the Rockies 12-11. Tried coming back right there in the end there too, but didn't end up happening. And then the Red Sox beat the White Sox, the Battle of the Sox, 4-3 in 10 innings. And then the Rays beat the Yankees in 10 innings, 10-8. Yeah, the Yankees. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. So those are all the happenings going on in the sports world. Well, we might as well, since we got a little bit yet, we'll do our Today in Musketeer playoff history, and we're going to go all the way back to a long time. Well, not too long. just 20 years ago. April 19th, 2005, we find ourselves here in the Western Conference Finals. We had one in round 1 versus Lincoln, and Tri-City was our opponent. Safe to say it was quite a domination from Sioux City. Sioux City was probably the best team in the whole entire league that year. So, I guess it only made sense that, we would beat a team so easily like Tri-City. It started out just 5:25 in. Brian Bales scored the first one, and they got 3 in the first from Nick Kemp and Justin Bostrom. Those were the other 2 goal scorers. So it was 3-0. At the end of that period, it was a quiet second. In terms of goal scoring. Penalty-wise, though, there was a fight. So, hey, that... And 2 elbowing penalties, too. So, yeah, I've got the game recap here on my screen. And then Sioux City from there, whoops. Sorry. Sioux City from there just kind of, just kind of took the game away from Tri-City in the third. They got 3 more, 2 of them by Travis Turnbull, so that was nice. So the final score of that ended up being 6-0. Well, when you look at all the stats in that game, Travis Turnbull had 2 goals. Blake Martin, 3 assists. Justin Bostrom had a goal and an assist. And then really the scoring was all spread out, so that was good. I told the story last night about how all of a sudden I found Justin Bostrom's card, like his his card from I don't know if it was his first or his second year, but trading card, that was the word I was looking for. I found it. Well, it was a little while ago now, but it was kind of a neat find, I must say, because it was still in pretty darn good condition. So, yeah, that was definitely fun, that's for sure. For whatever reason, it didn't have, like, I don't know if it had, let's see, it had, like, where he was from, his height, his weight, all that, kind of like his favorite things. I think, did it say his favorite food? I think it said his favorite food was pizza or something like that. I can't remember what, but yeah, so that was kind of interesting because I had pizza tonight for dinner. So yeah, that was that. We'll have 3 more games to go through. Of course, we won't do them all right now. We'll kind of spread them out throughout the rest of the game. But I have and somebody had asked me this last year when we started doing, Today in Musketeers history, how I know all these dates and stuff. Well, I have them all logged in on a Word document, all the dates and stuff, so that, I can go back and look in. I don't have all the game recaps all written up or anything like that, my goal now is to, like, get all those on to, a document, like all the recaps. So, like, the shots on goal, the goals per period, all that, who scored this, what was their goal of the season, so on and so forth. Although I don't think I really need to do that, to be honest. It's just handy so that, I don't have to keep on going back in and, doing all that. So, yeah. That might be something to do in the future. I'm not sure. But, oh gosh, I'm just looking here because something caught my eye. So in that first round series versus Lincoln back in 2005, it was a best of 5, which, it was, well, I guess 2 interesting things of note happened here. So we started out game 1 in the ice box, and then game 2 was back in Sioux City. Then we went back to the ice box for game 3, and then we came back to Sioux City for game 4. I just want to know what the league was on when they created the schedule, because there's no way something like that would happen now. I mean, I will say, though, 10 years ago, Sioux City, the league had a similar format with Sioux Falls, which you'll see a little later on in the show. But, we started, even though we were the best team in the league that year, in the West. We didn't win the Anderson Cup, which would have meant, the league overall, and, so, yeah, Sioux City, I think, Yeah, we went to Sioux Falls for game 1, came back to Sioux City for game 2, went back up to Sioux Falls for game 3, came back to Sioux City for the final 2 games. I don't know what the logic of that was, but, I'm sure, maybe conflicting events going on at the Tyson, kind of like what we had last year with the circus in town, because, there was a chance last season that we weren't going to get a bye, and game 1 would have been Monday. We would have had the Monday game at home, and then I think the circus was it? No, it was Wednesday through Sunday, like it usually is. So yeah, and then I think we would have gone to the other team's arena instead of having all 3 games here in Sioux City. I think we would have gone to, whoever we were going to play, and we were going to be there, I think, Wednesday and Thursday. I think Tuesday was going to be a travel day. Well, or no, I might be wrong on that, actually. I don't remember, mainly because it didn't happen, so, yeah, and that never really mattered. But I will say, though, since, Lincoln was all the way down, they barely clinched a playoff spot, for crying out loud, last year. But because of that, CCD obviously would have hosted the first 2 games and then game 5 if absolutely necessary. So they actually had to flip the seating around. Well, not flip the seating around, it was just the location. So instead, we were in Lincoln the first 2 games, and we would have had games 3 through 5. So yeah, once we got done in Lincoln, it was just an easy walk to the to our home rink. For those final 3 games. We didn't need those final 2, so we did it in we did it in 3 games plus about 2-3 minutes of overtime. So hey, that doesn't hurt either, I guess. So yeah, that was last year. In fact, that's going to be one of the dates that we talk about for Today in Musketeers history for next year, or for whenever we bring it up again. So yeah, those are kind of all the things going on in the sports world now, and in terms of other stuff. Let's see, I don't think we have anything coming up on the programming schedule. Oh, we do have, obviously Monday night, game 3, Tuesday night if necessary. That'll all be at 7:45 Eastern time. We'll be on the air for that. And then game 5, if necessary, will be on Thursday night, and that'll be in Lincoln. So, yeah, that'll be that. And then round 3, the Western Conference Finals, I think that'll start either Sunday or Monday, I think. It would depend on how long this series goes and how long Waterloo and Sioux Falls goes. Because that has the potential to go all 5 games. And if that's the case, then we would probably we might even start as late as Tuesday. And that would be what, the 29th, I think? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about right, the 29th. And boy, if we move on, we're definitely going to need the rest, that's for sure, after playing Lincoln. And then we got to play another great team in Sioux Falls, which their number 1 goaltender has been out for quite a while now. So that is somewhat of an advantage for us. Although it seems like this season he's been out and then he's been back in playing a couple of games. Then he's been out for a couple of games, then he's back in a couple of games. So I'm not sure what's the whole story on that, nor do I really care, to be quite frank with you. But, obviously if it was our goalie, I'd be a little concerned. But since it's theirs, screw him. So, yeah, that could be interesting for semifinals, for the finals. So, yeah. And then, heck, we could be playing Muskegon in the Clark Cup Finals if they keep on playing Youngstown like they have. Although Youngstown has more shots on goal, but that's obviously not real indicative of how they're playing and such. So you could almost throw that stat out the window. I mean, you see in Sioux City and how you can't. Is the intermission just getting started with? Because they got 13 minutes on the clock on the Jumbotron. Unless their operator screwed it up, then. Well, unless it's like. Because I have the intermission ending at 7:02. Because it's an 18-minute intermission. Well, it's 17 minutes, but they usually, have a 1-minute countdown to get everybody off the ice, and then that's when the 17-minute timer starts. And the period ended at 6:44 Central Time, so plus 18, that's 7:02. So, although they still got the Zamboni out on the, well, it's not a Zamboni, it's an Olympia. I think that's what they call it. So, yeah, it might be another 5 minutes or so, probably. Unless it is another 11 minutes, like the clock says, but I don't think it'll take that long. In fact, the one-off ice official that's near the penalty box, he keeps pointing up at the scoreboard. So I wonder if, he probably thinks that that's an error or whatever. He's trying to get somebody's attention, that's for sure. There's no way that there's 11 minutes left in the intermission. Because if that's the case, then we are talking about let's see, 12. We're talking about a nearly half an hour intermission, which is crazy, but I'll just say this, it's the playoffs, so anything can happen, but looks like everybody's back in their seats in Lincoln, so wonder what Curtis has to say about that. Wow, he's probably doing something else right now. But yeah, boy, 28-minute intermission, that'd be hilarious. So I'll get out. But yeah, because I have the period starting off now, but they must have had something going on or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Because I'm looking back on the stream here and oh, okay, I see what's going on now. I guess, when the Zamboni already made a couple laps on the ice, they didn't even start the intermission timer until about 7 minutes ago. So that's probably why that's the way it is, but that could be quite interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Cuz I know sometimes what they'll do is well, what do I want? It's almost like the Super Bowl. How halftime is like 30-something minutes because they've got the, halftime performers. They got to put all the stage equipment up for that and tear it all down and stuff. It's almost like this happened in Lincoln, but they waited until the ice was halfway, cleared up to start the timer. And now it's just, now starting to click down, but. Unless, no, I thought, maybe unless something happened with the ice, then, maybe, but that really can't be possible. Only shots 8-3 in favor of Lincoln that period. I'm not sure if I believe that. And for whatever reason, they got Lincoln's old play-by-play announcer doing the games for them this weekend. I don't know why. I guess their main guy, he's traveling somewhere, which, yeah, convenient, right in time for the postseason. I mean, hey. God, another 8 minutes left in the... That's crazy. Oh, I remember now. We'll check out another score. How about that? Oh, and I didn't even... Oh, boy. Now, suddenly we have too much time, and now we might not have enough time. Okay, so I'm gonna... Because I forgot to... I was going to do this during the first, and I was going to do one during the first, and then another one during the okay, now the lights just dimmed. So, I'm going to share my Stanley Cup playoff bracket with you all, and then we'll save the NBA bracket for the second intermission. How about that? That could pass some time. So, well, here it is. I guess we'll kind of go through it because I have it here on my screen, but you can get the close-up look here. Yeah, that'll work. We'll start off in the West. Obviously, Winnipeg versus St. Louis. I'm going to go with Winnipeg, and, you know, game one of this going on right now, but, I think it's going to be only 5 games. I think Winnipeg's going to take 4 out of the 5. St. Louis will maybe win one in St. Louis, but I don't think they're going any further. And then Colorado and Dallas. I'm going Colorado, and I'm going in 7 games. Yes, that's going to be a hard-fought, fun series, that's for sure. And then Vegas and Minnesota. I think Vegas is going to take this series. Minnesota, I have them winning 2 games, but I think they're only maybe going to win 1. I think, in my heart, I think it's going to be 5 games. Well, no, in my brain, I think it's going to go 5. In my heart, it's going to go 6. And then Edmonton and Los Angeles. Obviously, Edmonton, well, not so obvious. If they can, you know, stay healthy, then, you know, maybe they'll win. But I have Edmonton winning. Don't hate me. We'll now head on over to the East. Toronto and Ottawa. That's going to be a fun series. Battle of Ontario. Holy smokes. But Toronto's going to get that series. I have them winning in 6. Florida and Tampa Bay. I have Florida winning that one in 6 games. Washington and Montreal. Washington's taking out Montreal, and I think they're going to do it in 5 games. And then Carolina and New Jersey. I think this is going to be Carolina's... I think this is the one that's more than likely going to end in a sweep, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I know positioning-wise they seem close, but I think Carolina definitely has the edge over New Jersey. Second round, Winnipeg and Colorado. I'm going with a Winnipeg. I think this is their year, and they cannot be stopped. Vegas and Edmonton, of course, I'm going with Vegas to win. Toronto and Florida. I've got well, okay, I might actually change this because I've got Toronto winning, but I have more confidence in Florida than I do Toronto, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if I want to change it, though. You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Florida to win. Yep, I just changed my bracket. I've got Florida winning against Toronto in round number 2. I hope I do not regret making that change, but we'll see. Washington and Carolina, that's going to be a close game, or a close series. That'll probably go all 7. I am going to go with Washington, though. So Washington and, well, no, we'll start off Winnipeg and Vegas. Rematch of the 2017 Western Conference, or, well, no, 2018 Western Conference Finals. I'm going to go Winnipeg. We're going to have a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup Final for the 2nd year in a row. And then Washington and Florida, I'm going with the Caps. And your 2025 Stanley Cup champion will be the Winnipeg Jets. I think this year is going to be the year that finally a Canadian team's going to win it in 32 years. I think it's going to happen. I mean, we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. It feels like there's more than just 4. I mean, let's see. Who didn't make it and who's a Canadian team? Vancouver didn't make it. Calgary didn't make it. Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Winnipeg, Edmonton. Okay, no, only 2 of the teams didn't make it. Okay. Now we're just going to say... But yeah, this year has just been so kind to Canadian teams that I think if a Canadian team doesn't end up winning it, then that's going to, well, it's going to look real bad for the league. I'll say that. But I'm just surprised Ottawa got into the postseason because, you know, they've had all kinds of ownership problems, you know, ever since, well, even during their big run in 2017, they weren't selling out their arena. I mean, they still had the same owner who absolutely was terrible. And so, yeah, it just wasn't good for Ottawa. Um, well, it has been kind to them for the last probably decade or so. But, yeah, okay, I think we're ready for our 30-minute intermission to be up. I don't know why that, I don't know if they just had problems operating the clock to begin with or what have you, but looks like Lincoln's about ready to come back out onto the ice. We should too shortly. But hey, at least, you know, we got a whole bunch of rest that, you know, maybe we could potentially do something with our lives. Sioux City can. Because we can definitely do it, that's for sure. Here, well, there go the zebras. Those we can deal without, but, you know. And, of course, they had the list out. We went through the list of the zebras that aren't the kindest to us last night, so you can go back and look at that, but, cuz, Well, and it seems like the same ones, the same zebras keep screwing other teams. It's not just us. I think we're the most guilty of it, just, you know, because we definitely, I think, the most out of any team in the league, definitely show how frustrated we are when we get called something when we shouldn't have. I'll just say it like that in the nicest possible way, even though it took me guts not to say what I wanted to say about it. Because what's the phrase? Kindness is a virtue or something. Well, something like that. So. Alrighty, I think we're ready to go. I think, yeah, the Muskies just hit the ice. Well, both teams now have hit the ice, so. Wonder what Curtis has to say about the nearly 30-minute intermission.
Urban stretching out on one side. But again, I thought Lincoln took it
out all the time. Team shooting.
Icebox in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's 1-0. Sioux City trailing the Stars on the RP Constructors scoreboard. Yeah, I thought there was more. They did switch the totals. They originally had Sioux City with 3 shots on net.
Oh wow, we find
that to 9.
12 to. I was gonna say that seemed extremely low, but I didn't question it really. So shots on goal, Sioux City 12, or no, not Sioux City 12. Lincoln 12, Sioux City 9. That's definitely not confusing.
20 minutes on the clock and face off.
There we go. Of course, Lincoln wins the draw. They probably cheated to win the draw, but you know, I guess that's not the biggest deal in the world here.
Sioux City trying to play deep. Rombach cut off the play, and here comes Lincoln across. They'll throw one in right on the glove of Urban. He holds on for a face-off to his right side.
Although I do have something else to say here. They called, so in Sioux Falls here for the home games, they have like this big tunnel thing that the Stampede come out in. And it, you know, it's like a regular tunnel, but with a buffalo on top of it. And this guy from Waterloo had the following comment to say about it. Look at this cute bouncy house that Sioux Falls has. Gonna be lots of fun for Sioux Falls to play in when the Blackhawks are still playing hockey in the 3rd round. Dang.
Nice. And now
Rude.
plays
No,
down
I'm
low.
kidding, obviously,
Rombach
but
down quickly, clears it though, and Anderson
Sioux Falls
pushes it
does have a
forward.
2-0
Pelletier
lead, though,
chases
so you
after it
might
into the
want to
Musketeer
keep his
zone.
comments to
Bodied
himself
up in
there,
the
but
right wing corner, Musketeer zone. Sioux City reverses and looks to come out to center. Here they come. Nice pressure again by Lincoln. They force a turnover in the neutral zone. Sioux City needs to do the same favor back, coming up forward on the left side. Henricks pinches down, throws a pass across. Pinching down is Harrington as well. Trying to find room. It's going to be Egypt, Julian, and Oliver.
and Urban made the stop.
It is going to be covered up by Urban for a face-off. Get some fresh legs out there for the Musketeers. Samaki and Murray now out there for Sioux City defensively. Nope, that's going to be Keefe out there. Vernique's line, Jeffress Martino for Sioux City. And the face-off on the circle. Musketeers will track it down, look to flutter it out to center, but just handed it right back to Lincoln. They play it forward. Sioux City hacks it back, thrown into the Musketeer zone now. And Lincoln's doing a good job of forcing the Musketeers to play the length of the ice if they want offense.
Well, it's only
Now they'll
180
play it all the way
feet, so
down.
I mean, might as well let him
Now.
play the length of
And
the
Lincoln,
ice.
there's Sioux City now playing it into
Now, it's
space,
not the
tries to track it.
200 like it is
Henricks
normally.
dishes it up the board. Sioux City keeps it for a second. Julian tries to clear it. And now
So even though, you know, they're playing the ice, it's not, you know, it's not an actual full length.
We'll get the puck back. Long range pass down the ice. And it's tapped behind the net. Here is a left side on the backside.
Oh, that was the perfect opportunity, and we blew that.
Mernique's
And it was Mernique's, too. He makes those.
Looking to whip it back. Kept in barely.
Somehow, I don't know how. Lane Samaki, right place, right time on that one.
Out to center ice. Sioux City still has it. Musketeers want fresh legs. They are making the change now, and they rattle it down the ice. Lincoln looks to battle it right back. They give it up instead. They hand it.
That wasn't very... Lincoln making mistakes they don't usually make.
Sioux City takes it away. Martino is there. Giacomo out front looking for a pass. Sioux City will launch it into left wing corner. Good zone pressure. Stupka trying to battle. It's in his skate blades. Now it's going to be Nikita. Looking, waiting. Fire a shot. And a save made. Cover up Showstack.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
Got extras going on away from the play. 17
Naturally, because it's Lincoln, of course.
1-0 on the RP Constructors scoreboard.
Lincoln likes to, you know...
Sioux City will keep their line out there.
Well, they don't like to be nice, I'll just say that.
And Lions on one side. Been matched up with Keith. There we go, other side working. And this is going to be their fourth line. Kohansky, Jans, Markinitis. Jans got the game winner goal last night for Lincoln.
Yeah, okay.
Kohansky's going to get waived, so Markinitis will take the draw. He's
Markinitis, my guy.
Face-off
What?
the boards. Nikita now kept the
What?
left wing corner. Stupka tracks it down. Tries to work it back the other direction. Drags it over to the right wing corner. Now cycles it down low to Gavin. Gavin trying to bring it out front. Kept on the outside nicely by Rombach. Works it back and forth. Oh, he was trying to find a feed, but he couldn't get it. Comes out to Lions. He'll throw it right back in. 16:44 to play in the period. Rombach banks it out to center. Sioux City captures it, looking to play it right back. Stupka trying to dish it across. He's covered up nicely, and now working his Kohansky into the Musketeer zone. Picked up by Owen Keefe from behind his net. He's harassed a couple, brings it back. Sioux City stays with the puck. And the Musketeers enter on the right wing. In deep is Gavin. Lost track. Here's a chance.
Oh my, really?
Sioux City will swing it over into the corner. Had an opportunity there, just couldn't get all they wanted on that one. That was nice. There's a shot attempt off the mark. Sioux City tracks it. Good zone pressure right now. Here's Luke Gehry pinching down. Is going to be Hupka, who just came in off the bench. Now Musket tries to work it strong. Has it in the left wing corner towards the net. Trying to rattle it that way. Cut off on the play. Now it's going to be picked up. Here's Musket again. Musket spins around up on the boards, gets taken down from behind. Here's Lincoln coming back the other way.
Of course, no penalty called because, you know, why would there
Goes
be?
wide, tries to play it deep. They're going to head to the bench. 15:39 to play, period number 2. Sioux City trailing by a goal. Here comes the Musketeers. They say offside on the play. Took just a little too much time.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that egregious, but
Musket having words with Harrington.
well, as they would.
Physical, but nothing overboard. Yet.
Nothing
You
yet.
know how those things go as you get to know each other even more in a series. Face-off
I
coming
mean,
in
we
the
saw.
neutral zone.
Well,
They're going to go with Schley.
that happened somewhat
Collins here
against
out there
Fargo,
for
but
Lincoln. That means, yep, there he is. That's Gundy with Pritchard and View. Face-off is going to be whistled dead. The Lincoln player is going to get waived. Although I wish they would have had it. View would have had an opening to come skating in because they overplied on the face-off. Face-off won by Lincoln. Hendricks over to Harrington. Harrington outlet pass. Swung around as Schlane trying to find room through the Musketeer forecheck in the neutral zone. They throw it down. Murray quickly tries to bring it forward. Sioux City cuts off the play. Now they get it down the other direction. They rattle after it. Sioux City hustles down, trying to track it down. That's Tate Pritchard with View. Working strong as usual, but they do get it loose, and Schlane will come the other way. They dish it into the Musketeer zone, picked up by Lincoln, and they'll work it in down low, trying to find some room. 14:49 to play, period number 2. Sioux City trails by a goal. Henricks will deliver it into the Musketeer zone. Lincoln was offside. Sioux City plays it, trying to find View. And now taken back. Here comes Loomer the other direction, looking for an angle. Poke check and a goal. It got in.
no way.
Loomer. Urban tried to poke
How?
Didn't get all of it as Loomer found himself open. 2-0 Lincoln on top on the RP Constructors scoreboard.
Boy, if that was another lucky bounce.
Goal there. That's Loomer's first
Let's see.
postseason goal. That would be his 13th of the season. Time of the goal, 5 minutes and 29 seconds.
Oh no, that just went behind Urban. That was
All right, Sioux City's got to find
probably
the
one
laser
he'd like
here.
back. I'll just say that. But
It comes around, found an edge. They didn't cut him off. And then Urban tried to poke check it and popped
yeah, that's, well, he does like to take risks, and you know that's, you know, I mean, I guess a good thing, but you know, it can cost you. It can cost you, and it did there.
Have to have a good shift after a goal score. Give it up for scoring. Sioux City battling after the puck. Musketeers. Here is Owen Keefe. Long range deflection coming across. In deep, the Sioux City Musketeers trying to track down the puck and get something going. There's Jeffress. Digs in after it. Puck is just jarred out to center. And now it goes to Merniques. Taps it down, but not deep enough. Lincoln is there. They'll shoo it around the boards. Out to center ice. Musketeers spin it around again and swat it in. 13:31 to play. Period number 2. It's the biggest lead so far in this series.
Well, I guess
There's a shot right on by
against
Urban.
Lincoln, that's pretty darn good, but
Player, but
I don't know if it's good enough.
13:20 left, second period. Sioux City.
Boy, the Muskies, they seem, well, I don't know. It's still, how do I want to say it? There's still a lot of game left to play, but I don't know. If you get down 2 against Lincoln, that's going to be pretty, I mean, it's already tough as it is when you're not leading against Lincoln, but now that that's happened, that might, you know, might not be a good thing. I'll just say that. We'll send it back here to Curtis.
With you, it's Musketeer hockey at the Icebox in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's 2-0 Lincoln on top on the RP Constructors scoreboard. We're at period number 2 with 13:20 left. Face off in the Musketeer zone. The Urban just kind of focusing right now. The goalies, they just got to keep their focus going. That was just a funny play. He tried to poke check it, thought maybe he'd get it, and popped in. Face off in the Musketeer zone, coming out of the timeout. Yeah, got to get a goal back here sometime soon and really kind of push back. Stupka line out there. That's Gavin Gary and Klepoff. Face-off coming just to the left of Samuel Urban. Other side working to Julian, Eachin, and Oliver. Eachin got the first goal. That was in the first period. Face-off on the circle. Quick shot attempt by Lincoln. They're trying to hack it towards the net. And they look. They fire one towards the net off mark. Musketeers try to drag it out. It's going to be kept in. Sioux City on the opposite side. They bank it out to center ice. Thrown right back in, though. Musketeers. Forecheck. Nicely played. Lincoln.
Oh, okay. Now we figured out what happened during the intermission. It was an issue with the Zamboni. So that was what that was. Okay. Although they spelt Zamboni wrong. They spelt it with an, well, they spelt it right, but they just added an O between the M and the B. So that's why you got the extra long intermission. But well, and it's not a Zamboni, it's an Olympia. So I think that's what the other model is called, the Olympia.
Find a little better scoring chance. Gotta look for maybe a rebound or find a rebound. Shoot it low on the goalie. Face off coming to his right side. Here's Musketeers line now for the Musketeers. Sikora, Luke Gary. Other side is McCarr's line. Face off, scrambled. And Sioux City will track it to the blue line. Lob it into the middle, looking for an opportunity. They bank it in down low. Working after it, scraping. Musket and Sikora. Sikora in the right wing corner. He's tied up there. Lincoln looking for support. Trying to track it down. Puck comes loose out front. Then Lincoln will grab it. This is going to be Hendricks. Sioux City takes it away. One-time blast. Goal!
There you go.
It's going to be Musket and Sioux City strikes.
Boy, of all guys, Musket is the one that scores. That
and the Musketeers cut the lead in half.
funny how things work sometimes.
Jason Musket is second.
Oh my, and all the Lincoln fans are booing. Oh my. I love it. I love it.
And he buries it. It's a big goal for Sioux City. Let's see if they can carry some momentum off of that.
Boy, they kind of have to now, that's for sure.
Musketeers trailing by a goal. Cheesov's great. Sioux City looking to track it down. And they tried to bang it out. Could not get it deep. They'll try it again. They have the possession. It is Gundy's line out there. Here's Samaki. Dish down off the stick of Gunderson. Sioux City chases after it in a hurry. Battles up View. Nice check. Now Pritchard, but it's going to be coming back. Looking at Shalane. Shalane back and forth patiently. Delivers it to Rock.
Boy, that.
Out to center ice.
Wow, that's Musket's first of the postseason, but that is what? His 8th total?
All the way down.
Not too shabby.
Tries to clear.
Although they still haven't updated it yet on the league website, so yeah, that's nice.
And this will go on net. Over left side, Gunderson lifts it on a backhander, trying to find it over to View. Gets through, and Lincoln looks to clear it. They nudge it out to center. Sioux City coming right back, looking to make a play. Pass across, one's under goal!
Oh, there's another one! And who else, too?
At 2 apiece, a long, wide pass from left
boy, oh boy.
over to the right for the one-timer. And Giacomo comes away with his third
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When the Muskies are hot, they are hot. I'll tell you that.
We are knotted at 2 apiece on the RP Constructor
Boy,
scoreboard.
that shook up
Oh,
Lincoln.
Martino. You put it on his stick, he does a lot of good things. Oh, you can see the Musketeer section is making some noise.
Well, and there's more than just the one section, too. There's, well, probably a good 100 or so Muskie fans out of the 2,583 that are allegedly there.
Now let's chase after their first lead. Here comes Sioux City. Playing it off the boards. Here they come on the rush. Coming across.
I've seen, and Curtis said this one time against Fargo last year during the postseason, he's seen a bigger crowd with a smaller number. I think that's going to be the case with this one here. But you got a lot of people just standing up against the back walls, like, of the arena for, I don't know what, but...
Inching down the Musketeers, left wing corner, trying to track it down. Sioux City, Martino, one-timer, no, it jumped.
Oh, that could have been 3.
Far on their pass, Sioux City gets it
That
back.
could have been
Here
3.
comes
Oh,
Can he hustle? Come across.
this
Drop
could be
pass,
3.
Fires a shot and a save made. Sioux City putting a little pressure right now. Tied at 2 on the RP Constructors scoreboard.
Boy. And the Muskies, they did this last night. They had a strong second period. But now the question is whether or not, you know, this is sustainable. That's going to be the question. First, they got to get the lead first, and then we can, you know, maybe talk about that a little more. But
Lazard and Brown, Lincoln will win the draw. They'll play it over opposite corner. Lincoln works it back. Here's Lazard looking to bring it out. Long range pass. Sioux City intercepts, trying to play it deep. And it's played deep again. Here comes Sioux City. They got a little jump in their step. They're hustling. Here's Brown. Tries to quickly get it forward. Now nudged out to center ice. Here comes Lincoln.
oh,
Chance tries to come across. He got stripped. Sioux City coming. So one thing you're kind of seeing right now is when Sioux City is coming, they turn you over. They're coming fast the other way. They're wanting to transition.
well,
right
yeah,
away.
now they are, you
That's
know.
big, 'cause
Maybe if it would have happened in the
back.
first, there wouldn't have been, you know, as many goals scored from Lincoln. But that's, ooh, careful. Don't run our goaltender, Aiden. Aiden Jans, that's who that was from Lincoln.
Sioux City will back it off now. Pass across. Bouncing puck, trying to track it down. Luke Gary wings it off the glass over opposite side. Lincoln will track it, looking to clear it. And
Ooh.
coming across on track. Sioux City takes it away.
Uh-oh.
Looking in. Coming. Lifting. Goal!
Oh, that should not have gone in. That should not have gone in.
Takes a 3-2 lead on the RP Constructor.
That should not have gone
The little
in.
things that mean a lot.
That is
Keeping
crazy.
it in, going down, staying with the puck. Shostak wants it back, but
Oh,
he just
wow.
kinda nudged it, and it goes to the back
As
of
he
the net.
should.
Great job by Luke. That's his 3rd point of the postseason, and Sioux City takes a 3-2 lead on the RP Constructor scoreboard. Time of the goal, 11:05.
How about them apples? Well, and they just credited him with an assist on
Great
the
job, Luke. He always hustles.
Case and
That's
Musket
how you
goal.
score. Little extras going on at face-off. Anderson got dumped and he
Wow.
got up and slashed his opponent.
I think Lincoln wants to start a fight with Anderson. It's going to happen.
Face-off on the circle. Sioux City battles.
Oh, now there's...
Musketeers have it.
Ooh!
And they'll
Boy,
play
if
it
you
down.
got
Here comes Sioux City
up.
again, looking for a play. Cross shot and a big
Ugh.
save. Denying view.
Well, at least he
And
got
Sioux
that
City on the
one.
rebound.
And
No
Shostak
stick for
lost his
Shostak.
stick again.
And now Lincoln will just chuck it down the ice. Musketeers work it up left wing side, trying to work after it. Musketeers on the breakout, playing really good right now. They got momentum. Here they come across, looking in. Fire a shot and a save.
Boy, that could be a
Net.
dangerous game.
We got extras
A dangerous
again,
thing for Sioux
involving
City.
Anderson.
Well, Hunter Anderson was getting chippy with Max Anderson earlier on.
8:14 to play in the second.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. But, boy, 3 quick goals here. You know, Sioux City, they were in this position last night. They led by 1. But, you know, obviously it did not last. So now the question is, will this last? Will this stick? Boy, Sioux City needs it too, that's for sure. You know, Sioux City, they are capable of keeping the lead. We've seen them do that all season long, but we've also seen them get blown to smithereens too, so we will see. We will see. You know, Urban, he's got to continue to be, you know, his self, I guess we can call it.
To play in the second, Musketeers have a lot of momentum.
Because Lincoln, once something happens, you know.
Oh, I will do a shout out. Jennifer, give me some points.
There we go.
Jennifer, give me some points. Hey, a big shout out to Peach, a big sponsor of the Musketeers.
Boy,
and they're doing a watch party there. Let's keep her rolling here. 3 straight goals by your Musketeers, and momentum shifted in their way. Got to just keep
and
up.
Like I said, same thing happened last night.
Here's Gundy's line out there for the Musketeers.
Just got to keep it going.
Pritchard. They're going to come back with Schlain, Anderson, and Pelletier. Here's the face-off. Goes skewering into the corner. Lincoln wins the draw. They wrap it around the boards, looking for Anderson. Anderson caught up, feeds it across. Looking for Weber. Musketeers take the puck back. Here is Pritchard. He's harassed all the way. Goes all the way back behind his net. Now breaking out. And they wave off icing as Gunderson's stick got lifted. Rombach, though, looks to pick it up. Here comes Lincoln. Sioux City coming down. Gunderson quickly puts it out to the blue line. Fire a shot. Ball off. Bouncing puck behind the net. And the net comes loose.
Did it? Oh, okay. I guess it did a little bit, but...
Just keep on the pressure. 7:43 to play in the second. Sioux City up by a
It's
goal.
our dude with the 70s haircut again. This time the sideburns move, so...
In this second period.
Oh, it's supposed to be Elvis. Well, it's a horrible Elvis look-alike, I'll say that. That's what the jersey says on the back. Elvis, yeah.
Face-off comes out of the zone. They said Sioux City knocked the net off, so that's where it's going. Face-off.
Would Elvis have been a Lincoln Stars fan?
Harrington off left side to
Good question. Good
It's
question.
funny, just like any sport, momentum is so huge. And you can jump on that from a goal score. You can jump on that from a big penalty kill here. And just that extra effort. Here's Lincoln taking the puck. Loomer.
Yeah,
good effort, too. There's a shot off the mark.
Well, maybe if we, be a better effort if we actually shot towards the net. But, you know, hey.
Chop it into the Musketeer zone. Sioux City has it. Here's Keefe. Rolls it. Left side out to center, but Lincoln will get it back again. And offside call on the Lincoln Stars. 6:59 left in the second. Sioux City 3, Lincoln 2 on the RP Constructors scoreboard.
Boy, gotta keep it. Gotta keep it.
Tickets at the box office. It's been a terrific series so far. Last night, exciting game so far tonight.
Well, it would have been more exciting had we won, but, you know.
And hopefully we have game 4. Face-off coming out of the Musketeer zone. They will whistle this play dead. We'll try it again. Face-off won by Sioux City. They back it up, look to work it forward, coming across. They shoo it down, hustling down into the right wing corner. Musketeers
Okay, can we turn the camera so we can see what we're... What? Okay, there we go.
50-50 battle in the corner. Now, here comes Lincoln trying to help the cause. Puck is jarred loose. Now Lincoln will have it. And Kohanski
Boy, it was on a good...
They do get it forward. Here they come across. Markonitis looks for a shot over left side. Sioux City banks it off the board. Trying to clear it out. They do. And they look to play it deep. Still hustling down.
Boy, Hopka. Or no, that was Gavin Gary. Just kind of push the Lincoln guy out of the way. You know, no biggie. Just, you know, shoo-shoo.
Playoff hockey. And Sioux City lunging at it, trying to keep the zone. Terrific job by Musket. Long range pass. Sioux City takes it away. And then Lincoln tries back the other way. Boy, back and forth.
Just Lincoln.
Now they'll spin it down. Wrapped around left side. Battle up on the boards. Working after it is Musket. He had the first goal tonight for Sioux City. Lincoln gets it out to center. Sioux City looking to regroup. Here they come. Pop it down and chip and chase. They will hustle again. Luke Gary after that. Here's Sioux City down to Gary. Out front shot!
Oh!
And again, no! Two
Boy.
Opportunities.
Now Showstack is trying to be, you know, highlight reel, I guess. I don't know, but
starting with Luke Gary, that was awesome. Look, and Showstack came up monster there. 5:27 to play in the second. Sioux City up 3-2 on the RP Constructors scoreboard. They are really playing well right now.
Boy, well, if the puck was lifted, that might have went in, but...
Just keep on playing.
Oh, no, it actually would have went in. There's no doubt about it.
Julian this time. They have been matching Schlane with them. Here's the face-off on the circle. Sioux City trying to track it down, and they will chop it out to center. Keith will chase for Sioux City. Owen beats it. Long deflection, pop down off the board in the Lincoln Star zone. They will scrape it up, and Sioux City takes it away. Looking for a shot. They gotta get back.
That's not what we need.
Here comes Edgin. He'll throw a shot and a save made. Puck is loose. And
boy, couple big.
Left side goes wide. And
the Lincoln fans are speechless right now.
They pop it out the center
after that one.
Played with a high stick. And
of course, now they'll call it, but.
Harrington's a little upset about something.
Oh, wow.
The puck with a high stick. And then I don't know if he was upset at a Musketeer player or what.
Well, I don't know.
4:52 to play in the second. Sioux City up 3-2 on the RP Constructors score.
I don't know. I didn't see anything, but.
This has been a battle.
I didn't see anything that was too egregious.
Jeffress line out there for your Musketeers. Schlane line on this one with Pelletier and Anderson. I think they switched up their matchups. They want...
Oh, naturally.
These the match. Face-off taken by Lincoln.
Welcome to the jungle.
Reverse course trying to get it out against the Musketeer forecheck. Sioux City got in the way, but Lincoln does get it through.
Excuse me.
Musketeers after the puck. Anderson. Here's Sioux City behind the net. Changing directions. And they'll work it off the boards. Sioux City swats it down around the boards over right wing side. There's Jeffress after it. Lincoln trying to clear. They work it back and forth, trying to get it out to center ice off a Weber's stick. Sioux City will track it. Trying to play it deep. They do it the second time, didn't get it deep though. And the Musketeers come back, coming across is Anderson. He's going to lose his footing down below the goal line. Now trying to find room out front. Banked over to the right side. Here's Lassard. Lassard now throwing it out front. The puck is loose, and it got in.
How?
We're tied at 3.
No way.
They just got it down low. They could not track
My
that puck
goodness,
in front,
see?
and someone got a jam on it. Tied at 3 of the RP Constructors. Scoreboard right now, the two referees and linesmen are talking right now.
Good, because that seemed a little
The question
suspicious.
would be, is there goalie interference? Yeah, they're hacking at it
Yeah.
in the crease.
I don't know if it would be enough to overturn, though.
Might be something to review. And Coach Kirsten
Boy,
out on
might
the
as well.
edge of his bench. He wants to
Just for the heck of
chat
it,
with the
but
referee. I think Kirsten might want to challenge this.
well, they just
Anderson got the goal.
announced that he got the goal, so are they going to review it?
No challenge.
Wow.
Stay at 3 apiece. Hunter Anderson, the
Boy,
tying goal.
like I said, I don't think it would have been called back just from the
Face-off at center ice. Just keep up
I,
as Sioux
yeah.
City's been
So
playing. They'll be in good shape. Face-off won by Sioux City. They'll come up and they'll wing it all the way down.
oh my.
Lazard scrapes
And then
after
I
the
just
other
lost the
way.
blue
Musketeers trying to track
down
and
the
they do.
recliner, 'cause
Here's
of course I
Stuka
did.
turning directions. Coming
Oh wait,
towards
no, I
the net.
didn't. It's
Now
right
behind
here.
the net. Here is Gavin Gary. Keeps it away from the defender. Now cycles it down low. Nikita Klepov and Stupka. Stupka changing directions. He'll spin it and pinching down. Sioux City. Good zone pressure. Delaney over to Klepov. Nikita just taken down on the play.
Of course, no penalty
Here's
called
no
because
call. Sioux City
there
should
wouldn't
have
be.
that one. Here's Lazard. Plays it forward. And Musketeers trying to track it. Puck off the glass. And another high hit on the play. Fans like it. Here's Sioux City. Fire a shot in the glove.
Well, they would like it, but
Intensity, pick it up. 2:59 to play in period 2. We're tied at 3 apiece on the RP Constructors scoreboard. There we go. Musketeers ready to keep on playing. They played a terrific second period, especially after Lincoln went up 2-0.
well, yeah, but now we're back to a tie game.
Of 3 straight. We're tied at 3.
I mean, that one though was a little.
Face-off
I mean, it was a little questionable, but
on the dot, going into the
I
corner.
don't know.
Musketeers
I don't
track it.
think.
Here
I
is
think even if they
back
did
and
review
forth,
it, I
cycle
still
behind
think
the
it
net.
probably would have
Now tracking,
stood.
here's Luke Gary. Luke comes out, curls back, like to work it below that goal line. Now Musket. Musket, now Luke. Luke spins out, looking for someone to center it to. Back and forth. Great job, Luke. Now out front trying to skewer it. And
Uh-oh.
we got a holding call.
On who?
And I think that Sioux City would have a power play.
Took them long enough. Jeez Louise.
Sioux City has a Hard Rock Hotel and Casino power play.
Oh, hey. 2 power play goals last night.
Rombach. Now Sioux City got 2 power play goals against Lincoln last night. They were 2 for 5. Right now in the postseason, Sioux City is 4 of 10.
Hey,
We're
I
gonna see
mean,
on the ice, Pritchard, Gunderson, Martino, Sikora, and
of course,
Gavin
it's the
Gary.
5 forwards,
Tied
you
at
know.
3 in the second period. 2:37
That's
to
power
play,
play unit
so the
1A.
penalty at the 17:23 mark.
Well, no, I guess you could call it 1, and then the second one is 1A.
Here we go, Gundy on the draw. Slane will be on the other side for Lincoln. Into the corner, Sioux City tries to track it, Martino. And it's swatted down the ice. Here's Irvan away from his net, slows her down. He will corral it for Pritchard. Here's the breakout. Lincoln showing like a 1-3 for Jack. They will drop it off. Here comes Sioux City.
Well, I think
coming across,
most teams
deep,
do
over
that,
to the
but
right side, down low. Now Martino to the blue line. Pritchard has it there. Are they going to pressure on top this time? They didn't last night.
I think
Offside of the
Lincoln is
Musketeers. Now you gotta
pressuring
flex
up
in a
top,
hurry.
but
They're just going to eat clock. They jam it down. Yeah, that's a tough one. Minute 17 left of the man advantage. Here comes the Musketeers again on the breakout, drop pass, skate it forward. Oh, and swatted away and hustling down is Loomer, but Sioux City
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's not get too
36 left in the period, 50
jumpy about that.
left in the power play. Sioux City trying to take the lead before intermission. Here they come across. They dish it down, got to get down there. Into the right wing corner, the battle there. They reverse it, Lincoln. Nope, couldn't do it. Sioux City has it. Gavin Gary. Oh, and he gave it away. Shoot. He thought his man was there. He had to make a hurry pass. Sioux City, 1:30 left in the period. 30 seconds left. They're changing power play units. This unit got a goal against Fargo. It was Murray. Here we go. Oh. Jam down the other way. Here's Murray. 12 seconds left. Musketeers got to hurry if they want an opportunity. They drop it. Here they come across. Dishing it wide. And it's going to be Klepoff. Fire a shot. Save. Rebound comes loose. Lincoln picks it up out of the penalty box. Rombach tries to dish it.
No, it's not. Yeah, he's the most he was going to be able to do is dumping it in. But
in the period, we're tied at 3. On the RP Constructors scoreboard, Buck deflects down the ice, hacked right back the other way. Lincoln wants an opportunity before we get to the intermission. 14 seconds
and you
left.
can't let him do that either.
Sioux City skating through traffic in their own zone. Outlet pass a little too far. 5 seconds left. I think Lincoln's going to hold, and we will have a tie game going.
There we go.
Third.
So that is the end of 2 periods of play. Let's see if we have a Zamboni malfunction like we did the last intermission, because that was funny as all get out. But, yeah. Alrighty, boy. Well, another great second period for Sioux City tonight. I'm hoping that this is not a trend, because, Lincoln, they dominated the first period both nights. Sioux City, they dominated the second period both nights. And now, of course, Lincoln, they kind of took all of it during the third period last night. I hope they don't do the same tonight. And Sioux City had the lead going into the third period last night. Well, they don't tonight, although it's definitely, I think, much closer tonight than it was last night. So that could be an advantage for Sioux City here. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here. Well, looks like each team had 13 shots apiece. So Lincoln for a total of 25. Sioux City with a total of 22. Boy, on average, we had a goal about every 5 minutes. Or every 4 minutes, I guess is what I should say. But, yeah, lucky 13. Alrighty, there was only one penalty that period. Jacob Ronbach, 2 minutes for holding S. Surprisingly, there's only been 2 penalties all night. That's somewhat interesting, I'll say that. Just because, for the referee we got, that's kind of a little strange. I'll just say that.